contacted a realtor in Murrieta. His name was Chris Nielsen. This was in October 2015. That's how I got a hold of Scott, because he gave me his phone number. I gave Scott a call. I said, hey Scott, so you said I'll come down to Carlsbad, California, which is about 4 miles from where I lived. And you said we'll meet about 12 noon and you can ask me any questions about the reverse mortgage program. So I took him up on his offer, met him at his office. They gave me a soda and we sat down. I had about 30 questions that day. Explained the reverse mortgage program. Scott was very knowledgeable. He gave me advantages and disadvantages. He asked about my situation. So after our initial meeting in Carlsbad, I think that was about a 2-hour meeting.
Yeah.
I think about 30 of my questions were answered, but I probably had another 70 questions to ask after that. So Scott gave me the phone number, said, hey, you can call me when you want, give me your email me questions. I kept calling Scott on the phone in the middle of the day, and if Scott, wasn't able to take the call, he would say, leave the number and I'll get back with you. Well, Scott did get back to me, so I appreciated that. A lot of times you don't hear from people for 2 or 3 days, but Scott was able to get back to me either through the email or through the phone, that day.
Yeah. I think the last one I'll ask you is, if you knew someone that needed a reverse mortgage, would you recommend Scott Alexander?
And so yes, the answer to the question, talk to Scott, have the list of questions, have scenarios. He'll explain it to you. He's not going to be pushy, and he will answer your calls. He will email you. And then I said, hey Scott, if I have more questions, he said, absolutely. He said, we're not just done here. He said, in the future, we'll just keep a relationship, and and Scott will be there, not just during the process, but also after the process. And we're going to take up Scott on his offer that if we need to call him and say, let's go out to lunch, Scott will be willing to have lunch with us again. Even 5 years from now, if I gave Scott a call, he would still answer my question. That's pretty good to have someone like that.